Welcome everyone to our special broadcast where we delve into a topic that sparks considerable debate within our educational communities. Today we are addressing the question, should physical education requirements be removed from our schools? It's a question that touches upon student well-being, academic priorities, and the very definition of a comprehensive education. To explore this complex issue, we have two distinguished guests with us. Arguing for the removal of mandatory PE is Alex, a passionate student advocate who believes in greater academic focus and student autonomy. And arguing against the removal is Dr. Emily Carter, a respected health professional dedicated to promoting youth wellness and the holistic benefits of physical education. Our debate today will proceed with opening statements from both Alex and Dr. Carter, followed by rebuttals. We will then move into a cross-examination segment, and finally, each speaker will deliver their closing statement. Let's begin with Alex's opening statement.
Thank you, Sarah. I believe it's time we seriously reconsider the mandatory nature of physical education in our schools. In an increasingly competitive academic landscape, every hour of the school day is precious. Mandatory PE, as it currently stands, often diverts significant time away from core subjects like mathematics, science, and languages. This is time that could be invaluable for students wishing to deepen their understanding in these areas, or to pursue specialized studies that are crucial for their future careers and higher education prospects. Furthermore, I am a strong proponent of student choice and autonomy. Students should have the freedom to decide how they allocate their time, both for academic pursuits and for their physical well-being. Many students are already involved in sports or fitness activities outside of school, activities that genuinely interest them and cater to their specific needs and preferences far more effectively than a standardized PE class might. Let's be honest, the current model of PE is often a one-size-fits-all approach. This can unfortunately lead to disengagement for a significant portion of students. Those who are already athletically inclined might find it unchallenging, while others who are less comfortable with traditional sports may feel alienated or even embarrassed, fostering a negative attitude towards physical activity. If a program isn't engaging all students, or if it fails to cater to diverse physical abilities and interests, its mandatory status becomes questionable. By removing the mandatory PE requirement, we're not suggesting that physical activity is unimportant. Quite the contrary. We are proposing a shift towards a more flexible and personalized approach. This would empower students to choose physical activities that they genuinely enjoy and are therefore more likely to sustain in the long term. It allows schools to redirect resources towards enhancing academic programs or offering a wider array of elective courses, including more diverse and appealing fitness options for those who choose them. Ultimately, it's about trusting students to make responsible choices regarding their education and their health, fostering a more mature and self-directed approach to learning and well-being.
Thank you, Sarah and Alex. While I understand the concerns about academic pressure, I firmly believe that removing mandatory physical education would be a profound disservice to our students and to public health. We are currently facing an alarming rise in childhood obesity and related health issues, such as type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular problems. School-based PE is one of our most effective frontline defenses in combating these trends. PE is not merely about playing games. It's a critical component of a child's holistic development. The benefits extend far beyond the physical. Regular physical activity, as facilitated by PE, is intrinsically linked to improved mental well-being. It helps reduce stress, alleviate anxiety and symptoms of depression, and significantly boosts mood and self-esteem. Moreover, PE classes provide a unique setting for crucial social development. Students learn invaluable life skills such as teamwork, cooperation, communication, resilience, and sportsmanship, qualities that are essential for success in all aspects of life. One of the most vital roles of school-based PE is instilling healthy habits and an appreciation for physical activity from a young age. It's during these formative years that children develop fundamental movement skills: running, jumping, throwing, catching, which are the building blocks for a lifetime of active living. If we don't teach and encourage these skills in a structured and supportive environment like a school, many children may never develop the confidence or competence to be physically active later in life. PE provides that structured environment for developing essential gross motor skills, coordination, balance, and overall physical literacy. These aren't just about being good at sports, they're about being able to navigate the physical world competently and safely. To remove this requirement is to assume that all students have equal opportunities and motivation to engage in physical activity outside of school, which is unfortunately not the case. PE ensures a baseline level of physical activity and education for every child, regardless of their socioeconomic background or access to external resources. It is a matter of equity.
Dr. Carter raises valid points about health, and I agree that childhood obesity is a serious concern. However, to position mandatory PE as the primary solution is an oversimplification. Factors like diet, family lifestyle, and socioeconomic conditions play a far more significant role in obesity than a couple of hours of school PE per week. We cannot place the entire burden of public health on the education system in this manner. Removing mandatory PE does not equate to students becoming inactive. Many students, as I mentioned, are already engaged in physical activities they are passionate about outside of school hours. And let's not lose sight of the core mission of schools: academic education. In an increasingly competitive global landscape, ensuring our students are academically prepared must be our paramount priority. Devoting more time to subjects that directly contribute to college readiness and career prospects is a practical necessity, not a dismissal of physical well-being. Furthermore, compulsion often breeds resentment. When physical activity is forced upon students, especially in a format they don't enjoy, it can feel like a chore rather than a beneficial pursuit. This can inadvertently create negative associations with exercise that last a lifetime. True, lifelong engagement in physical activity stems from intrinsic motivation and personal choice, not from a mandate. Dr. Carter herself alluded to the ideal of a quote, structured and supportive environment. But the reality of many PE programs falls short. If these programs are not universally effective, engaging, or enjoyable, then mandating them is counterproductive. The resources allocated to these compulsory, sometimes ineffective programs could be better utilized to enhance academic offerings, or to provide a wider range of truly appealing elective fitness options that students would willingly choose.
Alex, while I appreciate your emphasis on academic achievement, it's a misconception to view physical education as a detractor from it. In fact, a robust body of research suggests precisely the opposite. Regular physical activity has been consistently shown to enhance cognitive functions crucial for learning, such as concentration, memory, and problem-solving skills. Fit kids often perform better academically. Think of PE not as time taken away from academics, but as an investment in the student's capacity to learn effectively throughout the school day. It can reduce restlessness and improve classroom behavior. You also speak of choice, but this overlooks a critical issue of equity. While some students may have the resources and support for private sports leagues or gym memberships, many others, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds, do not. School-based PE is often their only opportunity for structured physical activity and to learn essential movement skills under qualified guidance. Removing it would disproportionately harm these vulnerable students, widening existing health and social disparities. From a long-term health perspective, removing mandatory PE sends a damaging message that physical well-being is secondary or optional. Schools have a fundamental responsibility to promote healthy lifestyles and to equip students with the knowledge and skills to maintain their health throughout their lives. I agree that not all PE programs are perfect, but the solution is not to abolish PE altogether. The solution is to innovate and improve its quality. We should be focusing on making PE more inclusive, diverse, engaging, and tailored to modern students' interests, ensuring it provides positive experiences for everyone, rather than simply discarding a vital component of their education.
Thank you both for those compelling rebuttals. We'll now move into a brief cross-examination segment. Alex, I'll start with you. Alex, Dr. Carter highlighted the equity issue. If PE requirements are removed, how can schools ensure that students, particularly those from lower-income families who may have fewer opportunities for organized sports or activities outside of school, still maintain adequate levels of physical activity and gain those foundational movement skills?
That's a crucial consideration, Sarah. Firstly, removing the mandate doesn't mean schools abdicate all responsibility for student well-being. Schools could still offer a rich array of elective physical activities and sports programs, perhaps funded by redirecting resources from mandatory PE. They could also partner with community organizations to provide affordable or free after-school options. Furthermore, health education, distinct from compulsory PE, can empower students with knowledge about nutrition and the importance of an active lifestyle, encouraging them to seek out opportunities independently. The focus should be on empowerment and opportunity, not compulsion.
Thank you, Alex. Now, Dr. Carter, a question for you. Dr. Carter, Alex has consistently pointed out that some PE programs are perceived as not engaging or effective by students, leading to his argument for choice. Instead of complete removal, what specific reforms would you suggest to make PE more appealing and beneficial for all students, directly addressing these concerns about its current implementation?
That's the core of the challenge, and where our efforts should lie. Firstly, PE curricula need diversification. We should move beyond traditional competitive sports to include activities like yoga, dance, martial arts, cycling, rock climbing, or even fitness tech-integrated workouts. Secondly, there should be a greater emphasis on individual progress and enjoyment, rather than solely on athletic performance or competition. Student voice in choosing activities or designing programs could also significantly boost engagement. Finally, investing in better training for PE teachers to deliver inclusive and adaptive programs that cater to all abilities and interests is paramount.
In closing, I want to reiterate that our call to remove mandatory physical education is not a dismissal of its importance, but rather a call for a more modern, flexible, and student-centered approach to education. In today's demanding world, the prioritization of academic pursuits is essential for our students' future success. Every moment in the school day counts, and students should have greater agency over how that time is utilized. We believe in empowering students to choose their own paths to physical fitness, selecting activities that genuinely resonate with them, and that they are therefore more likely to continue throughout their lives. It's time for an educational system that trusts students to manage their well-being alongside their academic responsibilities, fostering independence and intrinsic motivation rather than relying on compulsion. Let's give students the space and the choice to excel both academically and in their personal fitness journeys, on their own terms.
To conclude, the evidence supporting the wide-ranging benefits of physical education for physical health, mental acuity, and social development is simply too compelling to ignore. Mandatory PE is not just about exercise. It's about instilling lifelong healthy habits, developing fundamental motor skills, and crucially, ensuring equity and access to physical activity for all children, regardless of their background. Removing this requirement would be a step backward, sending the wrong message about the integral role of physical well-being in a fulfilling life and potentially exacerbating health disparities. Our focus should not be on dismantling a cornerstone of holistic education, but on vigorously working to improve and modernize PE, making it the engaging, inclusive, and effective experience every student deserves. Let us commit to nurturing both the minds and bodies of our students for their immediate success and their long-term health, Keep PE essential.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Dr. Carter, for such an insightful and spirited debate on this very important issue. Your distinct perspectives have certainly given us all a great deal to consider. Today's discussion has clearly highlighted the core tension we face: how to best balance the rigorous academic demands placed on students with the undeniable need for their holistic development, including their physical and mental health. Is the solution greater flexibility and student choice? Or is it the safeguarding of a universal provision for health education through mandatory PE? We encourage our audience to reflect on the compelling arguments presented by both our speakers today. That concludes our broadcast. Thank you for joining us.